in your Action for Rural Rejuvenation program, you've used sport to bring people together, and then there have been tremendous achievements as a result of that. There are other things that you've done, maybe the planting of trees and many other programs that you've taken up by mobilizing them through sport. Can you just speak a little bit about how it led on to other processes and big achievements, mobilizing them through sport?
It definitely had you cannot say that because of this that happened, but the important thing is it definitely had an inspirational act. Because I had personally gone to hundreds of villages and participated in the sport myself. When they see me, they're alive. They don't see me as a spiritual leader who can't get out of his car, he needs help, okay? They see me as somebody who will play with them, who will jump with them and do things. So just that image gave me absolute access to their lives. And whatever I say, they know it makes sense to them because I played with them, I laughed with them, I jumped with them. So, planting of trees, other things have gone into mega-sized projects now. Today we have planted nearly 19.7 million trees, and the green cover in Tamil Nadu has gone up over 7.2% official. And Tamil Nadu is the only place in the whole of Asia where green cover is going up. And this is all people doing it. It's not like I'm going and planting things, it's just the inspiration and the know-how and the nurseries and other things we provide, but people are doing it with great enthusiasm. And the culture of the place has changed. Today there are many people, if you go to a wedding in any small town or village, many people are giving saplings as a gift to the guests who come. Always it used to be a coconut and sweets and all this stuff, but now people are giving saplings to each other. It is changing that culture and bringing that culture of concern to what's happening around you, in which there is a role for the sport, because otherwise you are just worried about your own day-to-day economic problems or family situations or whatever other things. Now, because you're a little more playful, you're a little more agile and active to what's around you, people are becoming more concerned about what's happening around them. And now we are in the process of making a big attempt to change their economic situation by forming, farmer producers companies and things like this. In all this, definitely the sport has a role. If not a direct role, there is an inspirational role in the whole.
So the whole yogic system is focused on this. There is some simple technology with which you can keep your mind in a certain condition of clarity. Then you don't have to worry about mental focus, that's where the mind will be. See, wherever your desire is, that's where your mind is, isn't it? Isn't it so? How do you say this in Hindi? Wherever your desire is, that's where your mind is, isn't it? What's desire? Ichha. So wherever your desire is, that's where your mind will be. If you desire something intensely, your mind will be always there. Right now, you desire the cup, wrong place to be. You desire a goal, that's what you should desire when you're on the field, isn't it? Now you can desire the cup. But once you're on the field, you just desire the goal and goal and goal, nothing else. Once your desire is strong, your body and mind naturally moves in that direction, isn't it? Whatever you desire, that's where you go. If your desire falls off, then you can't keep the mind on it. You just have to develop the ichha in you. And the only ichha is to score the goal. You don't have to worry about mental focus, that's where the mind will be. Can somebody take your mind off what you desire? Can somebody take your mind off what you desire? What you desire is where your mind will naturally go, isn't it? So, how does yoga help in this? See, what are the simple parameters with which the body and mind is functioning? This is a complex machinery. This is the most sophisticated machine in this planet is human body and mind, isn't it? Everything that we have created has come out of this mind. So this mind is a complex machinery, very complex. So if you do anything wrong, it will create many distractions within itself. There are certain simple ways. There is some simple technology with which you can keep your mind in a certain condition of clarity where it simply sees. That you learn to keep your mind like a mirror. It simply shows you what is there. It doesn't distort. The moment your mind gets identified with many things, now you are playing as an Indian hockey player. Now you get all distorted because now you're reading the whole history, the glory of Indian hockey, the depths of Indian hockey, everything will flow in your mind. Now you will not play the game. You will not see the game the way it is, first of all. Learning to keep the mind like a mirror, where it simply shows you what is there in front of you, without any distortion. Once there is no distortion, you will walk to the best of your ability, isn't it? Now you're walking on this floor, there is no distortion in your vision, you can see everything clearly. To the best of your ability you will go, isn't it? In your very vision, if there is distortion, you will unnecessarily stumble all over the place. So whatever talent you have, whatever capability you have, if it has to find full expression, your mind doesn't come in between and distort anything. It just shows you everything the way it is. So the whole yogic system is focused on this for a spiritual purpose, which can also be used for the sport, that it shows you everything just the way it is, not some other way, not the way you think it is.
Sadhguru, when certain youngsters face problems or difficulties like failures, breakups, loss, etc., a few go for drugs or alcohol instead of solving the problem and finding solutions. So I want to know, what is that one hope a person can cling on to even when he is fully shattered from within?
Oh, so many broken hearts here who are clapping their hands. So, when he is fully shattered, what can he do? The question is, do you want to allow yourself to be fully shattered? That's a question. And many things that don't work out in your early life, you will see later on, it is a great blessing. There are many ways to look at this. Let me tell you this. This happened in 1941. This is just when the Nazi movement was building up in Germany and in some parts of Europe. So one day in Austria, a bunch of German soldiers came, broke into the homes, the Jewish family, a rich family, they broke the home and took away the adults, everything was robbed. And these two children, a 12-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy, were taken away. They were taken to a railway station. Everybody got in and the little boy and the girl also got in, but the little boy forgot to wear his shoes. He left his shoes outside and they pushed him into the wagon. So without shoes he came. His sister, a 12-year-old girl, saw her kid brother coming without shoes and she got mad with him. She held him by the ear, boxed his ears, scolded him nicely, slapped him. Say, "You idiot, already we are in enough trouble, now you come without shoes." Because in Germany in winter, no shoes means you may lose your feet. So she's angry about that. In the next station, the boys and girls were separated. After 4 years, after the war was over, she came out of the concentration camp to find 17 members of her family, including her little brother, all had vanished. No records, no sign of them, they just evaporated. At that time, the only thing that bothered her was the last few things that she said to her little brother. She loves her brother, but the last few things that she said to him were such terrible things, it rang in her mind and troubled her. So she took a vow, if I speak to anybody in my life, I will speak in such a way, if this is my last word, I will not regret. This one thing transformed her life in such a way. She went on to United States, she died in 2006, she did some phenomenal work, built a hospital somewhere near Chicago, I think. She lived a fruitful life. I'm saying, even if you're put through the most horrible situations, either you can come out using that experience as a better human being, or you can use the experience to become a horrible mess. So whenever something hurts you, there are two options. You can either become wounded or you can become wise. This is the choice. The more things hurt you early on in your life, the wiser you should have become, isn't it? But unfortunately, most people become wounded. This is simply because they just need an excuse to turn their own intelligence against themselves, that's all. Especially if the world around you turns against you, is it not very, very important that your intelligence stands up for you?
By being in this hyper-competitive environment, I sometimes question myself, should I be more competitive?
Those who do not have any sense of their own competence will become competitive because their only pleasure is being one step ahead of somebody else. Because why I'm saying this to you is, being better than somebody, if it's a pleasure for you, you enjoy other people's failures. I call that sickness. This is not good. You, as a life, you want to be at your fullest. You have a right to be. Every life in creation, from a worm, insect, bird, animal, even a plant and tree, all striving to their best, isn't it? You also. But why are you concerned whether somebody is behind you? Why is that so pleasurable for you that somebody else is less than you? From early kindergarten levels, this sickness has been brought into human mind, which is causing so much unpleasantness on the planet, such ugly situations everywhere, but we don't seem to learn. We call this education, we call this competition, we call this society. No, very stupid way of handling things. Because the important thing is, for what you have come with, will you blossom to the fullest human being or not? This is the only question. This doesn't need anything other than constantly nourishing the atmosphere, not even the person. If you want a plant to grow, you don't do anything to the plant, you just take care of the soil, the atmosphere, the ambience. That's all that needs to be taken care of even for a human being, that you need to take care of the atmosphere so that everybody finds the fullest expression for their life.
This is the most common thing amongst us, young people. Marijuana, alcohol, bad habits, it's pushed onto us from pop culture. What do we do?
This question is everywhere. Youth in India are asking me all the time, Sadhguru, you have influence in the government, why don't you make marijuana legal for us? I said, why marijuana? I'll make cocaine also legal. You want meth? We'll make that also legal. What's the problem? The problem is just this. So I asked them, say, let me take you, I'm a licensed pilot. So, not me, but we'll get another pilot for you. On a small plane, we'll take you on a nice ride. But the pilot comes smoked up. You want to fly? No, they don't say no, they say, because they think by smoking they're flying. Then I say, okay, you're not getting it. You need a major surgery. And the surgeon comes really smoked up. You want this surgery? Oh no. So you understand, it lowers your faculties. If you lower your faculties, your life gets lowered or high. Lowered. So never use the word high again. You say, I smoked and I'm low.
this is not a moral issue for me. I have no morality in me. But life should work, isn't it? Suppose my eyes become dim, do I live better? I'm asking. Hello? If my mind becomes dim, do I live better? Why do people think by lowering faculties, life gets high? No, it doesn't. It's just giving you an illusion like that, for which you will pay a price. At this stage in your life, you must look for those things which will heighten your faculties, not lower your faculties, isn't it? If you're interested, you come, I'll show you where. Look at my eyes, I'm always stoned. Yes, look at me, never touch the substance. Because the greatest chemical factory on the planet is here. Hello? The question is only whether you're ecstatic or anxious is determined by, are you a good manager of this one or are you a lousy manager? That's all that is determining this. If you're a lousy manager, you're importing chemicals from outside. If you're a good manager, you're conducting this the way you want and blissed out all the time.
Despite being surrounded by so many people, we still lack that feeling of belonging to somebody, being accepted by somebody, being loved by somebody. How should we deal with that discontent and loneliness?
What you call as joy is one kind of chemistry, misery is another kind of chemistry, stress is one kind of chemistry, anxiety another kind of chemistry, agony one kind of chemistry, ecstasy another kind of chemistry. At least ecstasy, you know it's another kind of chemistry. I hear. So, your experience of life has a chemical basis to it. Right now, let's say you're really blissed out like me. Do you care who is around, who is not around? If they're around, it's fantastic. They're gone, fantastic. Because your experience of life is no more determined by what you have and what you don't have, whether it's people or things or food or this or that. It is not determined by that. Once your way of being is not determined by anything outside of you, then there is no such thing as loneliness. But you will enjoy your aloneness because whether you like it or you don't like it, at this young age, it's a little difficult to understand this, whether you like it or you don't like it, within this body you're always alone, isn't it? Whether you do interaction or intercourse or whatever, still you're alone in this body, yes or no? Hello? If you don't learn how to handle this aloneness, you have not learned anything about life. This is the most beautiful thing. The most beautiful thing about life is, nobody can get here, it's just my space. Yes or no? Isn't this the most beautiful thing? Nobody can invade me. They can capture me, they can torture me, they can do so many things, but they cannot invade me because I have a space which is just my own. Isn't this the most wonderful aspect of your life? Don't suffer that. That is the most beautiful thing.
Very often in lives, we come across crossroads where we are compelled to choose between two options which were equally pleasing. When I'm at such a stage, what should I be doing?
See, we must understand this. People are always thinking, when it comes to education, career, choice of partners, marriage, at various points, what is the best thing to do? Let me tell you, there is no best thing to do in the world. Really, there's no best thing to do. Even if you take a very simple thing and put everything that you have into it, if you throw yourself into it, it could become a great thing. Is it the best thing? No. There is no best thing, because how do you decide what is best? What I'm doing is best or what you're doing is best? There's no such thing. Is spiritual process the best thing or chemical engineering the best thing? It'll be foolish even to ask that question, isn't it? It is just that if you throw your life into something,
it can become a great thing. So don't look for best things because you'll waste your life always wondering what's the best thing. People come to me, they've been married for 35 years, have 3-4 children. Sadhguru, I don't know if I made the right choice. I said, well, it looks like you've not been thinking, you've been acting 4 children. So, till the end of your life, you can go on thinking, what is the best thing, what is the best thing? There is no best thing. Whatever we put our heart and soul into and do it, it's a great thing. It may be a simple thing in somebody else's eyes, but in our experience it's a great thing, and that's what we should do.
If you made it this far, it's because something spoke to you on some level. Let us know where you're watching from, subscribe to the channel, check out the links in the description for more reflections. Because honestly, very few people make it to the end. Thanks, big hug, and see you in the next video.